Hey cookers, don't we want golden crispy french fries that we can make at home, or golden crispy hash browns? Today I'm going to show you my secret of getting great potato side dishes that'll be done in less than 30 minutes. We're cooking with Jill. Welcome to my kitchen. First, you wash the potatoes. You can use these Scotch-Brite scrubber pads. I personally prefer to use the stainless steel scratch pads. This one's a little worn out, but I still prefer to use it. So I'll just turn on some water. It could be warm water, cold water, hot water. It doesn't matter. And then I take the potato and I scrub it thoroughly. Now, you want to scrub the edges and the ends and make sure that you've got all the loose bits and stuff off of it. And that's what it should look like there. Frankly, I washed it once already and it wasn't in the center of the camera, so I did it again. But you could actually see when you're using the scratch pad that just a thin outer layer of the dirt and the potato will come off and it'll look good and clean. So the problem with cooking fresh potatoes for these dishes is usually moisture, or potatoes are just so dense that it takes a long time for them to cook. So what we're going to do here is pre-cook the potatoes. Yeah, pre-cook the potatoes. I've got my oven on 425 degrees and they're going to cook for 45 minutes. You want to cook them until they're fork tender. But there's a little more to it than just pre-cooking the potatoes. It's what you do with the potatoes after they're cooked that is the trick. What you would want to do is just poke a few holes in your taters here. Sometimes they'll explode if you don't have some holes in them. You know, most of the time they don't, but I've had them where they open up, and you don't want the potatoes to open up. You want them to stay together. So I'm going to put these potatoes in the oven for 45 minutes. It's preheating now. And then when I come back, I'm going to show you what to do with these cooked potatoes. Back in a bit. So these potatoes cooked at 425 for 45 minutes. They're decent sized potatoes. Let's check them out. They should be fork tender. Yeah, that fork went in there nice and smooth and easy. Now, these would be perfect baked potatoes, but that is certainly one possible way to use these potatoes. But we have lots of possibilities. What we need to do is put these in the refrigerator and let them get chilled. And then once they're chilled, I'm going to show you different ways to prepare these potatoes for cooking and storage, so that when you're ready to cook, all your prep work is done. And you're going to be making excellent potato dishes that won't take a lot of time. Your fries will be crispy golden. Your fried potatoes will be done in just a few minutes. Your hash browns, just a few minutes. Your au gratin potatoes, less than 30 minutes. So I'm going to show you how to prep these. I'm going to let these cool off. I'll be back in a little bit. Alright, so these have cooled off nicely. They're not hot. They got a little chill on them. That helps to hold the potato together. So when it was baked, it was all fluffy. That's why you want it to cool down, so to be a little more solid. So there are several things that you can do with these potatoes. Now, for me, I love French fries. So I would just take this potato and cut it lengthwise like this. And then also cut it lengthwise again on that half. And cut it lengthwise again on that half. So now you've got some nice pieces of potato here that are about French fry width. You don't have to worry about them being evenly cut. I don't. And now I just cut through here. Okay. And I usually leave them together because they hold together better if you do. I like leaving the skins on the potatoes for several reasons. One, they're healthier. Two, I think they taste better. And I also, number three, like the look of it. If you want to take them off, these skins come off easy. You can take a knife and just slice it off nice and easy. It's not a big deal. Normally, I would just bag these up into a baggie. This is a quart-sized freezer bag. And just put them together already sliced like this, right into the baggie. That's one potato in there. You could probably put 2.5 potatoes in there. Or you could use a gallon bag. That's up to you. But that's plenty of French fries for one person. Or two people, actually. So if you got a larger family, just use more potatoes and put them in a gallon bag. Another thing that I like to do with my potatoes is just cut them in half. Just like that. And no more. Now, what would I do with this? Well, I could cut them in wedges, and then I'd have long potato wedges that you could actually batter and fry for Western fried potatoes. Or you could scoop them out with a spoon and use them for potato skins, for a snack for potato skins. I love chicken bacon ranch potato skins with a little bit of Monterey Jack on it and sour cream. So that's one thing you could do with these. In fact, I'm going to bag these up like that because we will eat something like that. Also, you could take the wedges and then cut them in pieces and either use the wedges whole or the pieces and make garlic roasted potatoes. And they'll cook very, very quickly in your air fryer. And I'll have a video for a lot of these different recipes. I'm going to do a series called Potato Possible. That's just going to be all about the possibilities of cooking potatoes and the advantages of prepping these potatoes like this. This really isn't a lot of work. Wash the potatoes, bake the potatoes, cool the potatoes, cut them up, and freeze them. And then when it comes time to actually cook dinner, these French fries come up nice and crispy. And then the potato wedges, the oven roasted garlic potatoes, or you can season those oven roasted potatoes any way you want, come out very good, very crispy in your air fryer. So another thing I like to do is leave my potato like this without cutting it in half and then slicing it. So I like to slice them about like that. You see those slices? About like that. This is good for a lot of things, specifically potatoes au gratin, and then also fried potatoes, so that when you're cooking like chicken fried steak and you want some fried potatoes with your chicken fried steak, this is great for doing that. They're just the right size, and when you're cooking the chicken fried steak and the fried potatoes, you're not waiting on the potatoes to get done, and that's always something that I struggled with. So let me bag these up real quick, and I would definitely put 2 potatoes in that bag, but I'm just trying to give you a demonstration of what needs to be done. Now, I love hash browns for breakfast in the morning, and for years I struggled and got soggy, gray, mushy hash browns, and I could never figure it out. doing this will make beautiful hash browns for you. Now, you could peel it. I like to leave the skin on. A lot of the skin's going to come off. You could also use this for potato pancakes, okay? So, it just grates down just right. And you see you're holding on to that potato skin, and that potato skin, for the most part, is just going to be left behind. Now, I worked as a breakfast cook in diners for years, and what they would do when they went to cook hash browns is they would have a flat about like this and about that long and about an inch thick of grated potatoes that were frozen, and they would just simply take that flat of potatoes and lay it on the griddle, put a little oil down, lay it on the griddle or grill, whichever you prefer to call it, and put the hash browns down, and then put some more oil and then seasoning if that restaurant wanted seasoning. But look at this. There's hash browns right there. Okay. And if I can put it like this to the front camera. So those are hash browns right there. Maybe you want to do a gallon size bag. This is enough for 2 people. But maybe you want to do a gallon size bag. You know, you can do this with a 10-pound bag of potatoes all at one time. Prep potatoes for multiple meals. When it comes time to eat breakfast, you take this out of the freezer, open the bag, put a little bit of oil in your skillet, put this on it, season it, shred up some onion. Put that on there, season it, a little bit of oil, and you turn it over. Mwah, it's going to be great. Like I said, I will be doing recipes on all kinds of different potato possible dishes. So here we have sliced potatoes for au gratin, or fried potatoes that you might want with like a chicken fried steak or fried chicken or something. With this, you can make potato wedges, or you can make oven roasted potatoes, either in wedges or take the wedges and slice them a bit themselves. And you could also just hollow these out and use potato skins. You take the potato out of here, potato salad. Mwah. Absolutely fantastic. Once again, hash browns, crispy golden French fries. So I hope you've learned something here. If you're looking to do a 30-minute dinner, do this with your potatoes, because this is what's going to make your potatoes side dishes cook in 30 minutes and come out top-notch restaurant quality. So how many of your friends are looking to make 30-minute meals? Share this with them, because this way they can do their 30-minute meals with these potatoes. I posted a poll on YouTube for different video ideas, and 75% of the voters chose 30-minute meals. So I had this potato series already in mind, but I'm going like, you know, this goes right along with what my audience wants, the cooking family. They want 30-minute meals. So that's why this is going up now. And then it will help you with the 30-minute meals. And in my 30-minute meals, I will be cooking several of these dishes using potatoes prepped in this way. So y'all have fun.